Yesterday, the UN Special Envoy Hans Grunberg announced the failure of his efforts to make warring parties renew the truce. He added that an extended truce would provide additional critical benefits to the population. This report has more details.
Yemen's warring parties have failed to achieve an agreement to prolong a statewide ceasefire, jeopardizing the country's longest period of peace since its violent civil war started. The UN envoy to Yemen, Hans Grunberg, issued a statement urging all parties to abstain from committing acts of provocation as the discussions continue, after the October 2nd deadline for extending the accord was missed. According to the envoy, the ceasefire has made Yemenis' lives easier. The United Nations brokered truce went into force in April, raising expectations for a lengthier halt in combat as Yemen's civil conflict reached its 8th year. The destructive battle began in 2014 when the Houthi, supported by Iran, took Sana'a and parts of northern Yemen, forcing the government into exile. International humanitarian organizations have denounced the inability to prolong the ceasefire deal, which ended on Sunday. The Norwegian Refugee Council's country director in Yemen has said that today's announcement that an agreement to renew the truce in Yemen has not been reached is deeply disappointing. It is a missed opportunity to help millions of Yemeni civilians out of the brutal conflict that the warring parties have dug the country into. Humanitarian groups have also urged the country's parties to reassess their stance, abstain from pulling the trigger, set aside their disagreements, and extend the arm of diplomacy, as they have effectively done for the past 6 months. The previous 2 months have demonstrated that a resolution is within reach if they agree to focus on them rather than fight. Earlier, Yemen's government stated that it was eager to prolong the truce despite certain misgivings about its terms. Meanwhile, rebel Houthi forces said on Sunday that they may resume strikes on oil installations in Saudi Arabia and the UAE. According to the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project, the conflict, which has recently morphed into a regional proxy war between Saudi Arabia and Iran, has killed over 150,000 people, including over 14,500 civilians, and has caused one of the world's greatest humanitarian crises.